You know, the Bible says that with wisdom, a house is built.
Yes.
But with understanding,
yes.
the rooms are filled.
Yes.
And so if you lack wisdom, you will not be able to build that life. If you lack understanding, you will never be able to bring joy into the home that you're going to build. Now, wisdom does not necessarily automatically come. Sometimes you have to receive it. So that's what the Bible says. If you don't have it, ask of the Lord.
Yes.
Who liberally gives to anybody who needs it.
Hi beautiful people, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode of Pouritout. My name is Priscilla Danu and you're welcome here. Before to take your phone and start sharing this content. Share with your friends, with your relatives, all your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel. Today we have an amazing topic. We'll be talking about premarital counseling, the importance of premarital counseling. So just share. All those people who you know wanaenda marorasho, wanajipanga kufanya harusi and all of that, share this with them because our guest, Rev Mercy Love, is going to be walking us through this journey. She is a pastor at Agape Lighthouse Church along Eastern Bypass. Karibu sana. A beautiful mother, a beautiful wife, a beautiful lady, woman of God. You look fabulous. Karibu sana Pouritout. Thank you for accepting the invitation. Sometimes when I invite guests to come, I'm just thinking, they don't even know me. They don't even know who we are. It's for a YouTube show. How do you even just convince them? And it just settles in my spirit. We are one in the Lord.
We are, and I think for you, I looked at what you do, and it's absolutely amazing that you have set out to heal lives and heal souls. And that's what the body of Christ is about. Jesus came that we may have life. And there's no life without baggage. So I'm super proud of what you're doing here. So I'm going to miss someone's chance.
Asante sana. Thank you for coming. Hear me, I'm excited. The topic that we're going to discuss today, importance of marriage counseling, premarital counseling. First, I read somewhere in this book up there that if you refuse to get counseling, therapy, all those things, I think you're gonna pride.
Pride is what tells you you're good enough, and you don't need anybody to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Jesus said concerning us, he said, be meek and lowly, for I am meek. And so if you're meek enough, then you're ready for someone to tell you, you know something, if you take this direction, it will help you.
Yeah.
Some people end up in the wrong place so many times. And especially in marriage, if you are not going to be willing to sit down and have someone who has understanding, you will learn by your own book.
Hey.
There's nothing worse than learning by your own book.
I'd rather follow someone else's
with understanding and wisdom.
Yes.
And they have already gone through the path, or they have, understanding of what the word of God says.
Yeah.
And will open up your eyes to secrets that you have not yet seen.
Yes.
And so if you're not willing to sit down and have this conversation, willing to say, I don't know,
teach me. I'm so lost, I have no idea.
Yes, I don't know.
Let me give you a brief background about myself. As guys, me and my husband got married when we were very young. And I remember it was, the love was on fire. We just wanted to get married. We're like, let's book a date, let's do the show, let's do all this.
Yes.
And let's just do it. And at that time we're thinking, these people who say marriage is a scam, marriage doesn't work. It's their marriage that's not working. Marriage is gonna be fabulous and anointed.
I know God.
I know God and Jesus paid it all.
Yeah.
Because that's like, we were so like, as 22 that time we were planning.
Yeah.
And I remember we were told by our bishops from his church and from his side and my side, take time to do premarital counseling. It is very important.
Yeah.
And if you skip, you're going to regret. And we can't even marry you if you skip it.
Yes.
Guess what we did? Tulifanya hiyo class na haraka hata uconcentrate because you're rushing everything. Ta wedding, nguo, nini, viatu, what I'm wearing. Yani the pastor is talking in your mind, you're thinking, please finish. In my head, I'm like, I don't know how it's going to be. Wait until the pastor is late and they tell you, wait for me. You wait there, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, but
this is your spiritual cover. You're
like,
like, may I wait for you for 1 hour, for whole weeks, keep that counseling.
I know, right?
And let me tell you, this is the truth. We went back to that seat. years later.
And you just, that's sad because couples that are getting ready to get married give more attention to everything else except the one key thing. What am I getting into? And how am I going to navigate it? Because once we've done all this makeup and we look good, people need to understand, and everyone who is watching needs to understand. The bigger thing is not the wedding day. The wedding day is not even for you, it's for the people. And the glamour for everybody to enjoy. When you leave that place, the reality now dawns on you. Behind those closed doors, with a stranger.
Yes.
Because the truth is, you don't know the person you married until you leave. You don't know anybody until you leave. But
you just had affections, you think it's love, you're excited.
And you're putting your best foot forward.
Yes, also that.
Yeah. So you're putting your best foot forward, so they see all the nice things about you. They see, yes, you get married, but you get quickly, you're hardly in love. It's those days, when you're feeling, I'm in love, so I know how foolish we can get, when we're in love. The Bible says love covers a multitude of sins, but not without understanding. And you discover that when you have gotten into marriage without understanding, and you realize this love is not covering the multitude of your weaknesses. Why? Because it's a different kind of love. The kind of love that couples run with is this romantic, this feeling of love where, oh my goodness, oh gosh, I know, right? You text until midnight.
Oh, morning. I have every text until morning.
What?
Tell them I can't till morning.
You just chatted.
Oh gosh.
At that point, you think when you get married, you just be like this. That's not the reality. And yes, it is important to feel those things. But if you do not get understanding, the Bible says that with wisdom, a house is built. But with understanding, the rooms are filled. And so if you lack wisdom, you will not be able to build that marriage. If you lack understanding, you will never be able to bring joy into the home that you're going to build. Now, wisdom does not necessarily automatically come. Sometimes you have to receive it. So that's what the Bible says, if you don't have it, ask of the Lord. Whatever He gives to anybody who needs it. God uses people. When you ask, Lord, give me, what do I do about this? The Lord will use Priscilla to come and tell you this is how you can do this. Now, the people that are in the position of marital counseling are the ones who instill that wisdom. They will instill to you that understanding. That's the only place you can ask stupid questions and you don't look stupid.
And you're not judged. And you openly talk about everything.
I've had a few couples who do what? Couples actually, young couples don't bother with premarital counseling. Premarital counseling is the counseling you go through before you get married. Then there is postmarital. That you go through after marriage. And even when you're not having issues, there's nothing wrong with just sitting with somebody and going through your life. It mitigates whatever may come after. When you go to sit with somebody to talk about your life, about me, I want to get married. First of all, don't go to your mother. Because your mother will side with you. If that man ever touches you, Priscilla,
remember you have a baby. Urudi bio.
Akikutika kama una watu, unapaswa kuwa na watu, uzaliwa peke yako.
That's what they are.
If you go to your sisters, they will also be vouching for you. And so you need to go to someone who first of all understands the word of God. Because marriage from the beginning was instituted by the Lord. And so if the foundation is on anything else, it is a shaky foundation. If it doesn't start with the Lord, so they draw this triangle where they put you here and they put your husband here or your wife here and they put God there. He is the middle of it. And as you people grow, you are growing towards God. You're not growing. Otherwise, if God is not there, you grow apart. Or you grow apart. And as long as you don't ever meet somewhere, then your end is surely doomed. So you need to find yourself. First of all, I am praying that before you get married, you have a pastor or a man of God who you honor. Because we don't listen to people we don't honor.
That's true.
Yeah. And you cannot benefit from someone in your corner. So premarital counseling, I'm not talking about the therapist. Therapist is supposed to unload things from your past and deal with it. But this is counseling to show you marriage is this, and this is what you're likely to encounter, and this is how you do it.
Yes.
I know some churches do, the big churches especially, because in marriages, I mean, they do classes where everybody comes
together
in a class, and that is healthy. However, I still insist a couple should find a place where they can talk
one-on-one.
Because couples are different.
Yes.
The problems you will have with your spouse are not the same ones Janet will have with her husband.
Yes.
Everybody is designed differently, and therefore your interactions are different. So the way you will tell a woman, I can shout at you, and you didn't listen to him. It's different. Another one will know.
Different dynamics.
Different dynamics. If you don't know, then it's a big problem. So get a couple or a man of God or a woman of God that is already mature in the spirit.
Yes.
And understand the dynamics of marriage. So the Bible says in the book of Titus, can I read this?
Yes, please.
Chapter 2 and verse 3. It says the older women likewise, that they be of reverence and behavior. You know, like if you're gonna come to me, I'm older than you, girl.
Yes.
If you're gonna
oh wait.
As in, if you're going through a situation, you ought to be able to look at me and want to be like me.
Yes.
So it says the older women be of reverence in behavior, not slanderous.
Yes.
Not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may admonish the young women.
Yes.
To love their husbands.
Yeah.
So when you come ranting, you know, I'm not going back. What happened? What did you do? I mean, what did you do? Can you imagine he shouted? I said, I'm at my position. I should be able to tell you this is how this works. And yes, he may have shouted. And I'm going to take you back to what he shouted. You shout also. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll give you a better forecast of what marriage really entails. And when you live with somebody, you can fight with the siblings.
Even your mother, everyone.
So why would you think that a stranger?
Yes.
Just because you have this heart beating for them, you know. And so to love their husbands, teach the women should admonish their young women to love their husbands, love their children, be discreet, chaste, homemakers, good obedient to their husbands, that the word of God may be not be blasphemed. Likewise, exhort the young men to be sober-minded in all things, showing themselves as men of good works. And so at the end of the day, counseling is important for the man, for the woman, and sometimes I even tell them, if you have things you want to tell me when he's not here because you feel you've not told. Come on.
Wow.
Once you've had that conversation, then we'll know how to bring them to her.
I have been in a space like that where we went for counseling with my husband, and I remember the lady telling me, I want to see you alone, just come talk to me. I want to find out what's the problem. And I was like, you want to see me alone with us? I just want to talk to you. Is that okay? And the moment we talked, it was easier for us to deal because she could tell that now what we are dealing with, it's maybe a childhood trauma or something. It's not about the marriage, and I was the one that really needed that. So I understand.
Maybe she's able to break in and you're able to open up. You're healing yourself and healing your relationship.
Yes.
So sometimes I will say, maybe at some point in your life, you got into this relationship that really destroyed you. But you're not comfortable discussing it with the person you're about to marry. Yes, there is one thing you can't afford to do. It's enter into a marriage with secrets. Yet, you as Priscilla may not have the confidence to tell your spouse to be, this is what I am going through.
I can't really say this Pouritout. It's like you're talking to me before you talk to everyone else. It's true.
And that's why you're not chair. That's why you're here, because God is going to use it as an example for many. And people can know it can work for them if they can follow something.
There's a secret I hadn't told my husband. When we were getting married. Do you know, 2 or 3 years later, I remember hearing very clearly the Holy Spirit telling me you have to take it. I was like, I'm gonna be dead. Do you know what I did? I first packed packed my bags.
I left.
I know. After telling you,
You got to
get out. Talker. Just I made sure I packed everything. My baby's clothes. I knew this was it, and I said, God, I'm going to be obedient because I can't fight. This voice is not. I know you. I know your voice, and I know I'm going to exchange the truth and obedience to you with my marriage. I didn't trust him to know that he can keep it and handle it. It was us. Now when I look at it, I'm like, young couples can go through stuff because that secret I kept it. I had to tell it.
You have to tell it.
I had to.
It has to come.
It came out. Good thing it came out from my mouth. And the skin.
Now that's how you lost your marriage. Now that you have lost your marriage. Because
I know that thinking, hey, what is that?
I mean, look at this innocent woman you're carrying this.
Hey, Lachana. The Bible says the acts of the dark
surely come out to the light.
Exactly. And when you look at the darkness of men, the deeds are dark indeed.
That's what Jesus said. Nobody is good under the sun.
Jesus,
The one
so
who's
special.
like Jesus for salvation.
Anyway,
yes.
Hey, your secret I was here.
You can't enter marriage with secrets.
Wow.
Yes, we do it all the time. You know why we do it?
Yeah.
Because we don't allow ourselves to be in a space where we can deal with those things before we get in.
Yeah.
It's very painful to marry somebody. Let me give you, for example, a scenario, just out of nowhere. Not that I know anybody. But imagine you marry somebody who's been married before, but they don't tell you.
Hey.
And then you get into marriage and you discover they were married. That's betrayal.
You will feel bad.
You will feel awful. Or you marry these people that are so many women who are so desperate to get married, so they hide their children back home. And then once you're married 3 years, then it's over.
What? God.
Baby mama, you know this. So the guy has not said, by the way, I had a child with so and so. And then later,
you would feel so betrayed.
You feel completely betrayed. And trust is broken from there and for the rest of your marriage. And once trust is broken, honey, winning it back, it's almost impossible. There will always be that thing at the back of your mind that tells you, what if?
Yes. What if he decides to?
How many children did he have? Did you only have one? And that eats into your relationship. But if you had allowed yourselves a setup where you could actually get cock trade, because when you sit in front of me in a counseling class, I'm that girl. And I will ask, is there something she doesn't know or he doesn't know? That she should know. I will see the hesitation in children. So if I see the hesitation in you, I will know that next time I need to meet you alone. Because you need to bring out this secret before you go with it in marriage. People say marriage is bad. Marriage is good. We are the people that carry problems into marriage. Because God had never ordained anything bad and He started marriage.
Yes.
God cannot do a bad thing. So if we are having problems, it's because we are not learning how to walk in what God has ordained for us and enjoy marriage. Yes, we'll have problems in there, but if we are prepared in advance, we'll be able to deal with it. So many of us enter into marriage and you don't even know. Like I will ask somebody in a counseling session, when she gets married, what does she do?
And then they don't know.
I'm thinking, they look at her and smile. I'm thinking, it's not that we're not going through this phase. I will even tell you to provoke them one day. Because you need to know how far can we actually go. Because anyone who comes and says, I've never seen him angry, immediately you're pretending or he's pretending. That could mean you're either too nice because you don't want to lose him. You know, you get to fall in love and they're trying to protect.
If he's angry, immediately you stop. Immediately.
Like, but babe, why are you going there at this hour? I think it's too late for you to be out. So the guy was like, okay, babes, I want to go.
Hey, but when you're in marriage,
but then you realize
development 101. Guy shows up whatever time he wants and he's not apologetic. And chicks as well.
These days, everybody does whatever they want. And you didn't see that because when he said it's too late, he said, but you told us you do know you want to go for that fellowship at 8. So at that particular point, you should be dealing with, babe, I said I have to be going for fellowship. I need to know whether in marriage this will be a problem.
Yes.
And so when you sit before a counselor, you're able to say, I go for fellowships and
Yes.
they end at 8. But he seems to have
Or
a
I
problem.
facilitate cash.
Or I facilitate caches. Or I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not married and he's thinking, I don't know in front of the camera all the time.
Yes.
The one with the same hand.
And
They're all sending her, I can imagine people with inboxes.
Yeah, you look pretty.
Yeah, you know, you're so beautiful. And how you talk. And he's a secure man who is thinking, don't talk to my wife like that.
Yes.
Those are things you need to deal with before you get in. Because if you get in, you will have to stop doing what you do, honey. Because
The two colors come, they show up.
and you have to choose between your marriage, keeping your spouse, and giving up your dreams.
And that can be a way of bitterness.
So there's so many couples that are counting anniversaries, but they're really bitter. Very bitter.
They wanted to do
They wanted to be
but they don't have the liberty because someone else has not dealt with
Exactly.
insecurities or whatever.
They are not doing insecurities. So they tell you, some couples will come in and you need to understand, if I'm working, I hold a good position, I'm earning some money. Will you say for you to raise children, you need to come to work?
Hey, me, I had that
Those
discussion.
are grandparents.
Hey.
So we have a lot of angry women because they were told, you have to quit work. But we didn't discuss this in the beginning.
Yes.
We didn't discuss how many children we want. We didn't discuss whether we can hire a nanny or not. You're saying, yeah, no, it's a bit of a
Sasa nitakosa kuenda kazi nikae nikipika.
That's indirect nimekwambia.
Stay at home. Yeah.
But that's a reality, honey. A lot of families are going through this. So the man will work hard and say, I've given you everything. Why are you so angry? Why are you so bitter? But he hasn't given you the one thing you actually wanted from the beginning. Give me the liberty to be me. Because you didn't sit in the beginning and pay attention. Because sitting is one thing. Then come and sit.
But attention, people are thinking of dresses.
People are thinking of that wedding day and how many cards are we inviting people for. They're not paying attention to the detail which will actually destroy or build what you're building.
Yeah.
So if you're watching me and you are going to get married, or you got married and you need to counseling, find someone and sit down.
Yeah.
Tell your pastor, we didn't get counseling.
Yes.
Killing my marriage.
It is.
Can we sit and do this again? Because as you say, you will look for it.
You look for it. Sisi tulirudi. We did it haraka, we are not concentrating, we are not finishing. And when we went back, it was as if we did do counseling at all. I know. Just like, this is really new, and you're being asked now serious questions, and you're like, hiya. Yes, there are things we discussed as a couple, and
Yes.
me, I have to work,
I have to be this.
Because I remember telling us, but just now I will study until I'm very old. Mimi, I want to go to school, and I will never stop studying. If you have a problem, this is when I quit. That was even before I fell in love.
Wow.
I was like, this is the one of the
You are clear what you want.
I want to study, and I never want to stop studying. Now, if you have a problem with that, this is me exiting because I but to make it to this skip. I remember kwa counseling tukiulizwa, even before the wedding, do you have any children? Do you have any children? Do you have anything that you want? You think, and I was like, why are they asking obvious questions? Of course, I don't have a child. But later on is when I realized these things happen.
They happen a lot. Oh my goodness.
Kwa hiyo counseling ndio mtu akiuliza alafu ukicomplain anasema, but you never asked me.
Yeah, you never said.
You never asked if I have children, so I've never.
So it never came up.
Never came up.
Because they should be business it didn't come up.
Hey, I have a very close friend of mine. I won't say her name. She watches on my shows, but I know she has. I mean, I have a blessing to share.
Yes.
She was about to get married to the fiancé, engaged and everything. And do you know when they went for counseling, they cancelled the wedding completely.
It's better than cancel engagement.
They cancelled completely. There was no wedding, there was no.
They understood each other. We are really not on the same.
They cancelled. They were not. They realized there are big problems ahead. And I thank God because of the bishop was also facilitating the counseling because he was blunt with them. If you do not accept to deal with this, it was baby mama. It was things to do with baby mamas. And now, like in this scenario, the husband at that time, okay, what I shouldn't be calling it the husband, the fiancé then did not want to tell the baby mama about the wedding, and the baby mama was also married, and he has been actively taking care of the child. and even the other one is taking care of the child. One man thinks he's a deadbeat father, yet he's a very present dad who even meets with the child. You get?
Deception.
So the bishop told them, until all these parties know that you're getting married and you're a present father and that you meet your child and that there's an existing relationship,
This will never work.
this will never work. You can't
It's a sore thing.
How do you hide? Because they do want the other man to know that he's a present dad. So it's like a secret.
So why is she? Yeah.
The girl, we were all like, we support you, girl. Move on. But then right now she's already married. She moved on quickly.
Amen.
1 year later she was married pregnant.
Because she paid attention to the counselor.
Bishop called me aside and asked me, my daughter, if I tell you to leave this man after praying about this marriage, will you leave him?
Say no way.
I was like, what question is that? In my head, I'm like, what? Then because I respect him, of course, I said, yes, I will.
But in your heart,
And in my heart, I was like, hey, may God speak to you what I want. Because it's like, if God tells me no, I'm going to tell you no.
Yeah, I know.
And thank God
That's a
I
good
did
father.
say no. Yeah, he always says things like those and like, hey, you're extreme,
But
man.
then again, most people wouldn't even care. They would still do it. They just move out of the church and go to the church.
Hey, Mimi, I've seen people quit.
And honey,
When I
they
can't
do
follow.
it. I have counseled people and I told them, I have prayed over this. You really are missing. This is not going to work.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people don't realize that as a counselor, I have nothing to gain by separating the two of you. I am not looking to have any of you do something in my life.
And you don't even need.
I don't need any of you. I don't want the guys and if I am telling you that I know how chaotic a marriage can be when it is not rightly done.
Yes.
And I hear people say, these days I hear this slogan a lot, that God said you find a wife. Let me tell you, go find the Lord Jesus, you will pay the price.
Hey.
Because then how will you go back to Jesus and say it's a woman you gave me? The only reason I could go back is because God was involved.
Yes.
So please, if you're going to punish me, you brought this one.
Yes.
But if you say that God said if you find, go find. But then when the trouble comes, don't come to me. If you're going to come back to me, put me in it.
When you're starting.
Yes, and you put me in it when I'm starting and I said no. Then I meant no.
Yeah.
If I say yes, then don't worry about what you go through. Because I will carry you through.
Amen.
Okay? And that's what people need to understand. When you go for premarital counseling, go with an open mind. This, I am about to risk losing what I have begun.
Yes.
Or I'm about to get a very good solid foundation for where I am going.
Wow.
Because the foundation of everything is weaknesses.
Yes.
If the foundation of a marriage is set, oh my goodness, we've been having this fornication,
Yes.
we are really enjoying it. You better build it on it. Because it doesn't work.
Can you even keep up to date? That's the problem.
No, that is you.
That is
Because you've already been there.
That's the problem.
But if you are not in there, you'll probably be telling me, oh my goodness, when he touches me, because you don't have understanding.
10 years
So
later,
when
that is not the conversation.
children have come, careers are taken off, responsibilities are very many. And so it is very hard for me to keep a focus on some of those things. They will reduce it.
Yes.
The romance, as beautiful as it is, I will tell you something when you come to me. If you want to have a solid foundation, you better make sure that you have a friendship with your spouse.
Yes.
Because this romance wears out. And then when it wears out, you don't look as good as you did before.
No.
And that's when man starts seeing another woman, because what was driving him was the
Yeah.
glamour of the moment.
Yes.
And so do you have a friendship where we can discuss and say, if tomorrow you get into an accident, God forbid,
Yes.
and you cannot walk, then man, you're still gonna stand by her. Even when she gets children, a fistula happens, as they call it.
Yes.
Are you still going to stand by this woman? Then you can tell for sure. And it's something you need to think about. See, yeah, Then you can tell, can I live with this person?
Yeah.
Because marriage is way more than the sweetness of words and they're good, or the glamour and the beauty and it's good. But trust me, as by now you know,
I know.
it's a whole deep well. And down there are sharks.
Hey.
If you don't know how to swim around them, they will tear you apart.
Yeah.
They will tear you apart. So you go to premarital counseling to understand your partner. Know their temperaments. Are they sanguines?
Yeah.
Are they, because it's fun to be married to a sanguine, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Happy people.
But it's also
I say that it's not taking you seriously, taking anything seriously, because everything is a joke.
And it becomes so annoying. It's serious for a minute.
I know. Sanguines are happy people, and they will give you a warm environment. They will make you breakfast. They are just everywhere.
Bubbly.
But then when you're dealing with a real issue,
they are
not able to carry it to the same weight you're carrying it. Are they cholerics? So they are good. You like that they can make, especially women. Women love cholerics. They know where they're going. They are focused. They can make decisions.
Yes.
And they know how to follow through until they begin to control you.
Yeah, oh my God.
And then
the same way they're making decisions, they also make for you.
They come to your house and become leaders in your own house in a bossy way. And then it's not much fun. So you need to know their temperaments and know how to handle that temperament, because every temperament has a positive.
And all that is knowledge you now find in counseling.
That's why I will ask you, when they're happy, what do they do? Okay, when you're going through an issue,
what do they do?
How, and you approach them through the issue, how do they handle it? If they just say, never mind, Jesus made it all, and they say, you know you're going to get into a problem. And then we can be able to help that person into knowing.
Yes.
So I counseled a couple at some point. The lady had the issue of the temper of the gentleman.
Yeah.
And she felt his temper. It's crazy. And you know what his response was? You don't seem to take me seriously.
Yeah.
So I lose it because I'm trying to get a point across to you,
but
to you it's flimsy. Chatting is not your favorite. So it's I think you just leave it. So he is getting mad because she is not serious, and she is getting mad because he is mad. He's mad. So everybody has a right to be in their position. I need to sit you down and tell you, what are you going to do about it when you marry? Because this will multiply itself.
Yes.
I need to tell you that if they're bad, they'll get worse.
Yes, and that's the truth.
Yes, they will get, things are just going to get worse. So how do you manage yourself to get to that place? Do you know the temperaments, their love language? Because sometimes you're busy saying, I really believe what Christian. I've given her everything. This woman is just ungrateful.
And why I do this show, I just learn to open up slowly by slowly. It's like, hey, you are an ungrateful girl. I do so much. And I remember just thinking, but everything you don't do for me, you do for you.
Because he has not mastered your love language.
You do for
he didn't go to counseling or his ass. What tickles your wife?
Yes.
So he's loving you his way, not your way.
Oh, baby, I love you now. Now we are not to that problem.
He knows you have to do this for people out there. When you love somebody your way, you're not loving.
Yeah.
You're loving yourself. Because you're doing everything, so that comes back to you.
Like I like surprises. I like, but not surprises in the house here. Holiday destination.
This kind of say,
like this is those random plans. I have tickets, this package things. Yes. And for him, he doesn't like those kind of things. He wants to be told where he's going, when we are going, and if it's a must, can we do it at home? He really wants to. Can we do that surprise? Can you bring everything else in their house? And so before I learned that, I would do the things for him, for me. So it's his birthday, I book the flights. Within me, nimewahi kuambiwa, I'm not even happy. I booked flights.
And you're feeling bad.
And it was peak season, so it was expensive. I was like, oh my. Then I tell him, I have a surprise for you. The tickets are ready, we are going. And I think he was just angry. It's like, why did you do that?
I was here,
He went for a whole hour, came back and said, okay, I'm sorry I acted the way I did. What you've done is very nice. It's just not what I wanted. And I was like, what
does he want?
Peak season, 5-star hotel, tickets. I've saved and you're telling me, Ati, what is
and how much money you spent? And based on you've been saving and saving.
But that was what I wanted. Those are the things that make me happy. It's a lot. I
like surprises, but I like them done in a certain way. Like if sometimes at home, I'm not for surprise. But pack your bags, we go.
And me, pack your bags, we are leaving now. Yes, let's go.
Your personality. I want to know where am I going, where, how long, and
What do I need to pack?
What do I need to pack? And then you're telling me you're packing for me, and my husband is a surprise. He wants to bring me tickets. I say, are we going? I'm thinking, wow. Now, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you by saying no, but then this is not the way. Eventually, you didn't achieve what you're trying to achieve. So a couple must learn to know how do they like, how should I love my partner? And you cannot love, if you are learning it as you're doing marriage, then you'll find a lot of problems.
Yes.
So earlier enough, it's enough for you to sit in front of me and I will say to you, how does she like to wake up in the morning? Is she a morning person or a person? You'll be there telling me, wake up, you pray, baby, it's fine. You should have told me to do this at midnight. About 5 a.m. You know? Do you know their love language? You're always holding them in public and thinking, this is
too much baby.
And me, I'm thinking, this is how I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud of you. So the one needs to see it. And they're thinking, that's not what I want. They want quality time. Do you know their love language? But you cannot know those things until you see it. And those are the key ingredients into a marriage. If you get the basics right, you lay a foundation right, conflict will come. But if you have the right approach, you'll be able to resolve.
I'm thinking for young people, because like for my case, getting married young, you're still discovering who you are. So you don't even know your love language.
You don't.
There's also that. Like you still don't know what you love, you don't know what you don't even know what favorite juice you like. Like you just drink any Fanta, Coca-Cola, Minute Maid, whatever. You're still learning, but in this space then you're able to start to because it triggers your mind to be like, what do I like?
It also triggers your partner to understand the next time they are taking you out, they can ask you, what would you like? Not sit and say, chai mili. You're thinking, with this heat, you want chai.
But they will make it all that.
The Bible says, esteem others about yourself.
You
know? And the only way to esteem others about yourself is if you know what the other person is trying to find. And so you have to pay attention to the detail of their life. Those are the things that you come and you get tuned into. That doesn't mean that the marriage will be 100% smooth. Under the sun is not 100% smooth. It's not smart and think, oh no, that we love each other. First of all, every couple needs to understand this. Love is a very small ingredient of a happy marriage. Very small. But every couple thinks, because we love each other, it's us against the world. So they have this Shakespeare story, you know. But the reality of the matter is, commitment is the biggest ingredient or in a marriage. Are you committed to me? And how deep are you committed to me? Because I will not always, you know, like you have a baby and you still look small, but not everybody gets that advantage. Some people get a baby and poof, poof. And they're thinking, wow.
Nashtuka hata yeye ajui atakuwa. You're no longer attractive, they can't tell you, they're shocked.
So how committed are you to the journey? Because marriage is a pure commitment. Love is an ingredient that spices it up. And love takes different versions in marriage. It evolves as you go by. Because you would, right now I can tell you, the way you texted all night, you know you're able to do that even if you traveled.
Now, even when he travels, I'm very happy. It's not like that he go away. No, but I'm like, oh, no one's cooking dinner, you know, I just feel like it's like a mini holiday. You know, because when the husband is around, there's constant work at home. But when he's gone, I junk food until Jesus comes back. We are only able to cook it. So I'm like, this is a, you know, for a short time, not a long time. But kitambo, why?
You don't even want him to go for 2 hours.
I remember one of the things I had in my list of what I want in a man was, I don't want a pilot, I don't want a soldier, you can't be a police, you can't be, you know, in the tours. I'm like, all those things for traveling and not being around, you need to be by my side 24/7. So you have to be to American na kubariki. Especially because I've gotten to that place where I'm secure. I'm not like, hey, you're going to cheat on me with white women. And stuff.
And those are the things that you don't need to learn in marriage. You should learn before you enter. So that you don't have the issues of, I'm a talker, you're calling every 3 minutes. Babes, so where are you now?
It's 11:10, it's 11:15, it's 11:20.
So you become so overbearing that your partner can't stand. And the issues you have, as in the partner has to keep telling you, don't you trust me? Don't you trust me? If you have to keep telling your partner, don't you trust me, there are issues.
There's a problem.
There's a problem. And at that point, please, if you're watching me and you're still having to go for counseling.
Yes.
Because when I feel insecure, I will project it to my partner.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how good they are. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter how good a person you marry. If you do not have understanding on how to work with someone in marriage, you will call them the devil.
Yes.
No matter how good they are. Everybody will be thinking, this is an amazing person.
And you're like,
you should know.
You should live with him in the same house. Ask me that question.
Ask me that question. You know? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's how well you know a person and how committed you are to a person that makes you work on the marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage time is work.
And it's work for two.
Because it takes two to tackle.
I've seen people who send the girls for counseling. They're like, I may doing counseling.
No, it's like, God forbid, it's like the way if a couple has an issue sexually, if they don't go to a doctor together, the doctor won't treat the other person.
Yeah.
So you cannot come to me about
because it takes two.
It takes two. So don't come for marriage counseling. Counseling me about how to handle a person who doesn't know how to handle you.
Yes.
So we make this mistake. We over teach women. We teach women.
Oh yeah.
We teach women on how to be wives, how to be mothers, how to be humble, how to respect their husbands, how to be submissive. But nobody teaches men how to handle.
Yes.
That's why women, if you're watching, encourage your fiancé. Let's go for this counseling.
Yes.
Because that's the one person you'll be able to get them to be told what you are like, and you can tell them what you are like. If you go to your bedroom when you're learning, when you're early in marriage and you begin saying, I don't like this, he thinks of you, my goodness, what are you into? Because he doesn't know from the beginning.
Yes.
And the world society is teaching women more than it's teaching the men.
Yeah.
It's teaching the girl child more, even in the older times.
Yes.
Our mothers will teach us how to clean, how to cook.
But the man is not taught how to do those things. Then you marry someone who doesn't know how.
The man is not taught how to provide for you. Yet he's told he's a provider. The man is not taught how to love you and take care of you. Yet you are taught everything. So the dysfunctionality in the marriage comes from the imbalance.
Because you feel like I've done my part, but I don't feel secure.
It's not happening.
Protected. Yeah. I don't feel like there's someone to
have to work and come back home. You know, you sit with him and say, I have to work, come back home, cook, and take care of the children, bathe the children, and he just sits there.
You're like, why am I in this?
I mean, I would have done better on my own. If you go for counseling, we won't be able to talk about these things in detail. Do you believe that you should help your wife in the house? And the man will say, where come from?
Men are not allowed in the kitchen.
Several years ago, one very popular man that I will not mention the name, and his wife were coming to our church, and we were dealing with a particular matter. It's a culture in Louis that a man does not step into the kitchen. And the word is step. Hey. So when they came to our church, they were already married. Then I went to visit their home. They invited me over to their home. And I went to visit their home. And we're sitting there, we're having an easy chat, and we're laughing. And then the girl comes out and says, wow, we married. So I say, what's the issue? When you come home, sometimes I'll find my husband, he got home, the job he was doing was a flexible one. So he doesn't have to be, he can go to work today or not have a job tomorrow. And sometimes he'll be home all day. But the girl had an 8 to 6 job. So she says, sometimes I'll be on my way home and he'll be calling me and asking me, where are you? Because I want my tea. This man is born again. So she rushes home to find him with his feet on the chair and waiting for her, so she rushes to the kitchen. Now it's already 7:38. Rushes to the kitchen, making his tea. He can't come for the tea in the kitchen.
You have to.
This is not an old couple. She has to rush out, serve the tea, so she can go back and make dinner. And now it's already 9. She has to be tomorrow is not working.
She still has to wake up.
She still has to be up, by 5. So make dinner, serving dinner, they sit, they eat because he doesn't like to eat alone. So they have to sit at the table together. You know? So they will sit and they will eat, and after they've eaten, he will sit back there. She takes the dishes. She can't leave the dishes because the only she won't be able to clean them.
Yeah, so she has to clean them.
Yes.
The kitchen clean.
And make sure that his food for tomorrow is already ready.
Yeah, because I mean, the guy went to enter the kitchen, and it's a culture.
But how this guy was cleaning and cooking in his pastor's house.
Hey.
Yeah. So you those are things now. So at that particular moment you are crash course.
Yes, that one you have to.
Yeah, on casting and how do you handle
I'm
it?
so glad you went to that home.
Because the woman is tired already. So she's in a marriage, but she's in jewelry.
Yes, she's not enjoying.
So they can be coming out. When they come out, they look like happiest couple.
Yeah.
But the woman is hurting, and she can only take it so much until she passes.
Yes, and you see people think that it's a big thing, cheating or what, and abuse, and I know get tired like that.
If you leave like that,
but just that is enough to make.
So that's when you don't have a child. So what happens when the child comes?
You leave work. You have to leave work.
You have to leave work. But yet, we are relying mostly on your faith because my jobs are not. So those things, if you don't handle them in counseling, you will not last in a marriage. And if you last, you will do what you call surviving, like most couples are.
And then they're just sad.
Yes. So someone besides you has to bring this man to seeing, or this woman to seeing, where are you at? And how can we help?
Yes.
I'm glad to say that gentleman changed that night.
Wow.
I went like, ma, I didn't see that. That's how this goes. And if once you get that time, you don't say, then we have to go through it together. But then he actually completely changed.
And he really didn't know.
And he really did. He actually didn't know. He was not being rude.
No,
or rough to his wife.
You know that's how he's
It's a culture. Yeah, I didn't see my father step into the kitchen. Why should I? I didn't see this happen. But then your mother didn't have to go to work and come back at 6, and your father is sitting there doing that.
Yeah.
So those are the processes you go through. And that will help your marriage. So then they got a child, and after they got a child, now they had a way of synchronizing.
Yes.
And the man was much happier.
Yeah.
So if you've not gotten counseling, you're doing yourself an injustice. It is an injustice. Now, why do you need counseling? Did you know that the background of your husband will affect you in marriage?
Now I know.
That's an injustice. How the family is, what they do, is going to come right to your
How they
husband.
behave.
And
What
those
they practice.
and young couples don't get into the details of what happens in your home.
There's a book I read, I Married You and Not Your Family, and 9 Other Relationship Myths. Because the truth is,
You marry the family.
married the whole family. Like not one person. What they believe in, what everything, you got married into all of that.
Yes. So if you're Kikuyu and you married to Luola, you better think about the tradition.
Yes.
How your hair needs to be shaven when your husband dies.
Hey, and your children now ready to play.
Yes. If you don't put that in perspective, let me tell you, it will come knocking.
Fighting.
You better think about what would happen if your spouse passes on, God forbid.
Yeah.
What would they come and do to you? In that background where there is witchcraft,
Yes.
what will happen to your marriage? Will they need to go and take your children for rituals and shave their heads? And yes,
Circumcision and stuff like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if you don't put these things in, you don't marry an individual. You marry a whole community. And what is happening there, you cannot ignore it.
It will affect
It will affect you.
Because the witchcraft you can't ignore.
You can't.
It will affect you. Depends where.
You know, the other day we had an issue with one of my young pastors, and one of the aunties died. And they have this culture back home that when they die, someone has to come and stay with them with the body all night and you have to understand that if this girl was to get married, that if the spouse doesn't know that, and then they're having issues with that, then you come in and you find that you're going to do what? No, like, where it comes from? This is nonsense.
What is that?
And everybody in the family is saying, uliona nini? Huku mfunza huku lazima tumioe nywele yake na akae na mwili ya mtu.
I live, I quit. That's my
Exactly.
I ran for my life.
You can't run now. So you need to go before, you need to get counseling. So
Yes.
that these things can be
Talk
brought
about
out.
discuss.
Like I tell people, if your husband doesn't respect his mother, he's not going to respect you.
Yeah.
No matter who she is. He's not going to respect you. You need to find out the relationship between this person.
Yes.
Between my wife and her father. Even if he's rotten, what does she say about it? Because I will make mistakes. What will she say about it?
Yes.
Because I may not follow the parties. What will happen to me? So, marriage and background cannot be separated. Where the person is coming from, you are going there. And they would say it is the woman coming. That man needs to also understand.
Yes.
What is happening in Priscilla's home will affect his children.
Yeah.
Because when Priscilla carries those children home, the mother will do the things she does.
Yes.
You know, I know of a woman who was married somewhere many years ago, and she said how she went home one day and she had left the child with the grandmother, her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And so she was okay because she got, the grandmother was sane.
Yes.
And when she got home that evening, she found the grandmother with 5 other women dressed like witches. They've cut a cock's head, they're giving blood, and the child is about to be put under that blood.
Rituals that will take a lot to undo.
A lot, and not just undo. If she didn't see it, you won't undo it.
Yeah, because you don't know. So you're seeing a child manifest in ways you can't understand, and it doesn't manifest immediately. It's like when they're teenagers,
yes,
or when they're getting married.
And you see how protected we can be of families. I don't want to say my mother practiced witchcraft. I don't want to say my grandfather practiced witchcraft.
You'll never
so you want to hide it.
Yes.
And your hiding it is going to affect your family. But I'm going to be able to ask you, in truth, have you ever heard of any form of witchcraft in your family? So that even as we pray you into marriage, we know what we separate you from.
No, you walk in knowing
yes,
mother practices witchcraft, this is their lifestyle, but us as a couple we have decided that
this is how we're going.
That will allow you know to take.
And Priscilla was understand. I will never go and leave my child with man.
You know.
But then if you don't, and your husband is starting to feel you don't love my family,
there's a problem.
There's a problem. So this discussion needs to be happening in advance so that you and your husband agree.
We're going to visit, but we are coming back to the child. Hakuna kumwacha huko. Oh my, I hope it.
Those are the real issues. Yeah. Marriage has some real issues, but there is nothing that I tell my kids and the church members, nothing under the sun doesn't have a solution. The problem is, do you know how to get the solution? And if you can know that early enough, Priscilla, if you know it is like you can't see the hole, but someone tells you there could be a hole there.
Yes.
Then you are careful when you get there. Lest you end up in there.
Yes.
You will be more alert. You will be more vigilant.
Yeah.
You can only be vigilant in marriage if you know what you like to deal with.
That's true.
Everybody needs to understand. Marital counselling does not mean that you're going to do these things are going to happen to you. It means peradventure they happen.
Yes.
What do you?
Yeah. Where? Wow, thank you. Guys who are watching, please like, share, subscribe, share this content with your friends.
Yes.
This discussion is amazing. I love it. And now we're going to talk about post-marital counseling before we finish.
Yeah.
Why is it important and what is post-marital counseling?
Premarital guides you into what may happen. It doesn't necessarily happen.
Yeah.
Not all it will happen.
Yeah.
Because we fish.
Yeah.
We have to cover as much ground as possible because we don't know what will come.
Yes.
But then now you've been married, Priscilla, you already know what the hiccups are in marriage. And the thing about married couples, until they get into a complete war, they don't marry.
That happens a lot.
And by the time you get into a complete war, honey, you have destroyed so much. So much.
Yeah.
Because things have been said.
Yes. Things
that cannot be unsaid. Things have been done that cannot be undone.
Yeah.
That day when that man got furious because of what you did and went out and had a sexual affair with a woman, you can't undo.
You can't. And the children,
and that woman now is already pregnant, and that damage is permanent.
That's permanent.
Yes, if you had gone ahead before, because you can tell the signs of trouble. If we are fighting over the same thing constantly, much as it doesn't look like a big thing, let's handle it.
Yeah.
Let's handle it. Because couples don't talk. By the time a couple is coming to my office, they have done things.
May God deliver us from that.
The reasons they are there.
Wait for last minute.
I know.
Yani ikikuwa imeshindikana, that's when
you have.
That's when you're like, okay, let's do this thing.
And by that time, someone is hurting so bad that even if I put you through that counseling, some things will remain.
I'm assuming the first days is just shouting and crying and not understanding. You're not understanding.
You're not getting me. You're not listening to me.
Yeah.
And the minute someone keeps saying, I tell people, if someone keeps saying, you're not listening to me, believe me as much as you think you're clear. They think they believe what they're saying.
Yeah.
So you have to ask a question. Why do they think I don't listen? I heard you, and I heard you. I can tell you, I've been through it all. Where I say, I'm listening to you, and I understand what you're saying. You know?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Because your men say that. It's like,
I can say for you say what you just said.
But you did not listen.
You didn't hear me.
Yeah.
You didn't quite hear me. You know, the way I don't know the way say, once you've spoken, twice I have heard. It means that you have internalized what I have said, and you're paying attention to.
Yes.
But for you, it is okay, I've heard. So the partner keeps feeling, I am communicating, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
And when a couple is married already, we may have communication before marriage.
Yeah.
But the reality of it happens in marriage.
Yes.
And when you get married, that's when you realize how exactly are we doing our communication. He doesn't talk. You don't live together. So the minute I get him mad, he walks out. And that infuriates me to the core.
Yes.
So before it infuriates you, to the point where he comes back and you scream obscenities, so that he has to go back.
Yes, because he leave again.
He will leave again.
Oh, shit.
And you go to his office, the secretary will say, why are you back, boss? And he's thinking, yeah, some
quiet time. There's someone who cares.
someone will stop straight. Can I do something to calm you down? Yeah.
Yes, please.
You know, when that happens, you instantly have an issue that is getting bigger
And big guns. Yeah, that's a
So
door.
you need to go before you get there. He keeps saying, I don't listen. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do for him to understand and listen. So post-marital counseling helps you to entangle things before they get too tangled. That you have to cut things for you to separate.
Yeah.
So that the anger issues become a reality there. And you discover this man's temper. One day he'll hit me.
Yeah.
Don't start the issues. Be bigger.
You pick your money.
Be bigger than this.
But bigger. A guy, God forbid. I mean, baby guy.
Don't say I'm so sorry. I'm a baby guy.
Baby girl.
You know, if you don't handle it early, it can escalate.
And the way people behave, the patterns, how they just handle your family, their family finances.
Money, bringing family to your house, and you're uncomfortable about it, and then you decide I'm not going to say anything. I walk around here saying, you know how men are?
The whole day you're just quiet, silent.
And then you know how men are? I'm not a magician to know what you're thinking, so he goes around. Things are
And relatives are in the house and they're not leaving. They came and they're not saying when they're going, and you're just told them.
Now they even bossing your house help.
Have you cooked kids for our sons? It's a sin that tells us it's not yours anymore.
And you're cooking on the inside. You're cooking on the inside. It's your blood.
This issue.
Please go early. Tell your spouse, I'm having issues. We need to go and talk to someone.
Yes.
Before this escalates to a place of out of control.
And let me ask you, because many men, there's some women who are more open.
Women are open to
counseling. And when they see a problem, they're like, hey, your family is always here and they don't think about this. And it affects us and you can't see. Can we seek an opinion on a third party? Most men don't want to go for counseling.
Most men don't want to go for counseling until things are really bad. And that's why I advise a young couple, please when you're getting a best couple, don't get just your best buddy. Get somebody who's full of the wisdom of God and who your partner can respect. Because that one can come to them.
Yes.
You know, and say to them, this particular matter is happening.
Yeah.
And you're going for your best buddy. Your best buddies are your mates.
Yes.
And you have fun in these conversations. And they will tell you something, but you may not respect
Yeah.
what they say to you.
You probably may know their bad manners also. So like we go and
So as couples get couples, because this era of just become very useless after.
Yeah, they're just witnesses.
They're just witnesses. And yet these people are supposed to help you navigate in most places where you're going to get stuck. Then they're able to tell your spouse, your husband, you two should get a proper counseling.
And now, Rev Mercy, for the people who are already in that space, where you've done all these mistakes, you skipped counseling probably, and you don't even have a best couple that you can look up to, and things are thick. You're like, this marriage, I don't want to lose it. I want to keep this marriage. But the way things are going, if you don't get counseling, if I don't get this man to accept to go for counseling, we're going to lose this thing. What do you advise?
I was reading in the beginning. First of all, for women, people say that the best way to a man's heart is the stomach, and maybe they're right, but I know the best way to a man's heart is prayer.
Wow.
The only way to ever get a man's heart to soften is on your knees.
Wow.
Not on, if you don't go counseling, I'm going to leave. The more you're shouting, the more stubborn he's getting.
Yeah.
The more rebellious. I was discussing something with my children the other day. I was telling, they were having your buddies.
Yeah.
And I was saying, man, you know what, we do things without you having success because we talk about it with ease.
Yeah.
The more you tell somebody you need to do, the more they actually don't.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Which is why in the first place we failed, because God said don't eat that food. And so that means what you don't tell people not to do. That's what they do. You know? And so the more you bring, don't nagging a man for counseling is a futile mission.
Yeah.
Very futile. And yet, the more you nag, the more you get angry.
Yes.
Why can't he
doesn't care about marriage, this marriage? I'm the only one who's investing. I'm the only one reading books about marriage. You are not serious with this marriage.
You have to pray for both you and your spouse.
Yeah.
You're praying for you. Father, give me wisdom. Let me tell you something. When Esther in the Bible wanted King Ahasuerus to do something, she didn't wake up and say, you're my husband. You should be protecting me. You should fight Haman. Am I not your spouse?
Yeah.
The Bible says she went for prayers for 3 days. The girl didn't eat, didn't drink anything. She said, after this, I know I'll find favor.
Yes.
So if you want favor with your husband, you know how you're the heart of your spouse.
Yeah.
But there's some men are the ones saying that. Wako. There are men that actually
China soda on the deal.
There are men who actually are the ones saying, babes, we're going to destroy this thing. Let's talk to somebody. Because we've tried both of us. There are men, I know that for sure. I have met them. There are men who are so bent on working on their marriages. And the women, you know, when a woman is choleric, they can give like men. They're thinking, why do you need to go to somebody about it? We can't solve it.
Let's solve our problem.
Yeah. So there are men who actually do know how to say, we need to get help.
Counseling.
And for those men, God bless you. Multiply yourselves.
Amen.
In Jesus' name. And teach other men that you're not a lesser a man by being counseled.
Yes.
But if you know your man is the type that feel, why should I be talking to somebody about my personal issues? Do an Esther. Go on your knees. And pray for the heart of that man, because you don't want to lose your marriage over things you can sow.
Yes.
You know there are things I say, those are extreme. But if it hasn't gotten to the place where it is the man is crazy or something, pray for the heart of that man. And ask God to give you wisdom. Because women, we also rush out with our emotions. And I said, for women, one of the reasons you have to get counseling at times. Even just that, I tell women, this, when you're going through an issue, just come sit to my office. Let's just have a chat.
Yeah.
Because I'll discover you just being overly emotional on a matter you shouldn't be discussing.
Is this a reason why mostly you'll be advised have some female friends, a good female, and specifically female friends that you can trust, so that you can talk some issues, because huwezi kuwa mnapelekea kila kitu na
you need to have some female someone, because some matches you and I may be the same way when an issue is happening. I am able to see better when I am not the one in the position. So when you come to me and you're my girlfriend, and you say, I need that man, I can't handle it. Imagine he comes home at 10 in the night every day. I will be able to tend to look at it from a different angle. And force you to focus. and force you to look at it differently. Because I know we are trying to build. So first of all, as a woman, be very careful the kind of women you surround yourself.
Yeah.
Because some women are happy to destroy with you.
Leave him.
Yeah, leave him. I mean, what value is he adding to your life? Just walk out. I mean, look at you can handle your life.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Bad advice. However, when there's a part for that, sometimes it can get crazy. And I'm not saying no one should die in marriage.
No.
I'm not on this.
Yes.
There's a way a woman friend, a girlfriend will be able to tell you. Now, let's talk about you first. Do you see how you shout? Mazimi, you're into your house, you don't respect your husband.
It's true. Yeah, me have one of those.
I'll tell you, imagine you shout when Yeah, because if we are close, you get casual.
Yeah.
You know, if you and I are very, very close, I'll come to your house and you and your husband will be there.
Yeah.
And you'll say, but babe, I say you. So when you come with an issue, I'm like, but honey, the way you talk to your husband, I know how you talk to your husband. You do need those friends. Those will help you.
And why is it important that there are female friends to talk to and not
that's
men?
very important, honey. Because they say we can have platonic relationships. The line is very thin.
Yeah.
The line is very, very thin.
People explain your relationship okay.
This is where you, and when I was growing up, most of my friends are guys. Because I have this fear of women gossip, you know. So I couldn't get along with women a lot, and also I was not too guy. So I'm not able to flow with the whatever. And I found if you confide something in a guy, it will remain a secret.
Yes.
If you confide something in a chick, she's likely to be telling her best friend.
Yes.
Most of the times, your best friend is actually not your best friend. You are their best friend, but they have a best friend. That's the weirdest cycle.
True.
Yeah. So I'll be saying Priscilla is my best friend, but Priscilla is saying Jane is my best friend, and Jane is saying Nancy is my best friend. So the cycle continues. So when I confide in my best friend confides in their best friend.
And so sometimes they even just want to pray for you. They're like, hey, this friend.
Yeah. And you're prayed for. You become so prayed for that your views are everybody's views. So I think for some women, you need to understand how close are you to your close friend? Because you say, don't tell anyone that you can just tell my best friend.
Mimi kwanza simu inashikwaga ikianza na nausiamu. I'm like, please stop. I want to learn.
My daughters will say, Mom, so that's the reason I wasn't very close to women. But then as you mature out and you get into a mature relationship, your friends also need to be mature. As you get into a mature relationship, then your girlfriends also need to be mature.
Yes.
And mature people understand their limits.
Yes.
You know how far they go. And at this point you also understand that when I talk to my friend, even if I have 5 best friends, this conversation has to be between us.
Yes.
And that also helps you now. So when it comes now to adulthood and maturity and marriage, the platonic relationship is when you have a friendship with a guy, but it's not romantic and it's not sexual. It's not friendship with benefits. It's a friendship. As in, me and this guy go sit down, have tea, have coffee, chat. I even tell him about my boyfriend. He tells me about his girlfriend. And we, you know. So that is a platonic. It's not a non-sexual, non-romantic relationship. But it does not work when you actually get into it. The line is very thin, I said. Because this person is your best friend. Now what happens the day your husband does something bad to you? They have a flirting affair. Imagine now this is your best friend who is a dude, sees your husband flirting with a girl out there. What happens? He's overly protective of you. Because unlike a girl who behaves like a girl, this guy is still a guy. And he looks at you and thinks, why are you doing this to my girl? She's such a good girl. That guy is not going to come to be telling you understand him. Before you know it, you guys will cross that line.
Yes.
The line for platonic relationship is very, very thin. And oftentimes it's lost.
Yes.
It's very lost.
So when you have an issue, don't go to that boy.
Don't go to your boyfriend, your boy buddy. Your boy buddy will listen and hold your hand.
Kikai, devil's trap.
And after that, you start crying and hugs.
He embraces you.
You're happy when
guy. And say you're broken, you're feeling
because
so
even to your girlfriend, when you start crying, she will still hold you. Because when my best friend is broken, that's what I will do.
Yes.
So this guy will hold your hand, put you in there. I'm telling you, you are lost.
That's true.
Yes. So you cannot be confiding about your marriage struggles. You know. No matter we have to get that. We are very
so that thing of having first a male best friend in marriage, it can't work.
You need to understand something. Even in Priscilla.
Yeah.
If your husband's best friend is a chick,
I will not be comfortable. Kwanza wale ati we grew up together.
Because I know how best friends behave.
I don't care.
Best friends will call you and this is a guy.
Tunacheka tu kwa simu. Hata ndio napika. Akutoa huko anaona TV.
Sasa umepigana. Then you have this fight.
And someone is consoling you and laughing.
And
it's a dude.
You know how it already hurts when you fought with your spouse.
Yeah.
And then the person starts laughing on phone.
You're like,
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
And now you're laughing with that dude on top.
Hey.
Those are serious problems already.
Yes.
Even if your relationship looks innocent or is innocent, it will surely it brings insecurities into the marriage.
Yeah.
And insecurities are the beginning of something much worse. Where you will hear your spouse say, "Can't I have a best friend?" And they're actually sleeping with that person. Because you have a best friend.
You also have a best friend. Even me, mine is a best friend.
So that's why you have to avoid. Don't confide in a man about or in a woman.
Yes.
Because we also have guys who actually have a lot of guys have chicks.
Yeah. Me don't.
The day you decide, and listen to me, you're watching me. The day you decide to commit to an opposite gender, your best friend stops being an opposite gender.
Hiyo ni bonus. Hiyo iko kwa premarital bonus. Take it to the bank. That's true.
It ends there. But my daughter has a best friend who's a guy. Just know this. The day you decide to date seriously, she's a grown up.
Yeah.
The day you decide to date seriously, this friendship
has to die. It can't become until now we're not best friends, now we're just friends.
It can't happen.
You make shame.
Because you can't reverse the friendship to what are you discussion?
You know the way I'm happy when you're saying this, I'm like, who is Kwani Mtiaji? Like I'm not saying Kwani Mtiaji. Because me, I'm like, no, at a female best friend, my friend. Get your life together, lose that friendship, get yourself some female friends.
I can remember we say that you have to learn to love your partner right.
Yes.
And if they are getting insecure about someone, then that person is not worth being in your life.
And it's not that they're
not exaggerating.
Yeah,
they're not
being not fair.
Those overly possessive. You know, there's a difference between being overly possessive and overly protective.
Yeah.
If really they are making sense, as in if I did the same thing, how would you feel? Yeah. So if you're loving your partner right, you also have to be considerate of what actually works for them. And one of the things is, I'm not comfortable with you with your many girlfriends out.
And sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Babes, how are you? And sending emojis, sending love hearts, sending kisses, calling people's boyfriends darling. And then they say, they talk like that with everyone. No, that is bad. That's not right. That's not loving your partner, right? And if you're the one who does that, you need to stop.
You're not being too sensitive
to someone else's relationship. Hey, babes, no, babes.
So there are no lines.
Yeah.
There are no lines. So you have to have control. And those are things now you can discuss both in premarital and post-marital.
Yes.
Because maybe in premarital it was lost.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend is, your wife is feeling insecure about you. Many emojis of, hey sweetie, your husband is your hi darling. Who is the darling? Me or her?
Call them Sarah.
You know? Sarah. Call them Jane.
Jane.
You know?
Steve.
It doesn't reduce your friendship.
No.
That's what you call them by then. Knowing lines is important.
Very important. There's a friend, someone with my husband's phone. She's called Baby. Not like that's her nickname, Baby. So one time I was like, Baby. Hey, I asked him, who is this? Like, oh, this is a childhood friend, and she's actually called Baby. I'm like, does she have like a second name?
Yeah,
Wajiko. Can you do away with that first name?
No, first name is Princess.
Princess. Eka Mudoni. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rev Mercy. I really appreciate this conversation. This has been enlightening. The importance of premarital and postmarital counseling.
And it's key for you that are married and you really know you're having an issue. Don't wait for it to become a big thing. Don't wait until you bust it. Go and get counseling.
Yes.
And I don't mean therapy only where you go. Go approach someone who, first of all, is sound in the word of God and mature in how they conduct their affairs and get help.
Wow. Asante sana. This is Pouritout. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's been a pleasure.
Wow.